You were buying or selling a home during the pandemic, you remember what it was like. Many homes here in Metro Denver were getting 30, 40, 50 offers, and they were selling in a matter of days or maybe even hours. Other cities experienced that kind of boom as well. In fact, Austin, Texas had probably the biggest boom of any city during the pandemic. Homes were selling like crazy there. Other cities like Chicago didn't really experience that boom. They just kind of went along as normal. So, how have things changed for cities around the country, and especially how have things changed for our area since the pandemic? My name's Tom Grant. I'm a real estate agent with the principal team at Metro Brokers. And in Austin, where there was a huge boom, things have slowed down considerably. They currently have 6 months of inventory. That means if no other homes came on the market, it would take 6 months to sell the homes that are for sale now. In Chicago, on the other hand, they only have 2.4 months of inventory. So it's a pretty normal market. It's favoring sellers there. Austin is favoring buyers because there's so much inventory. So what's happened here in Denver? One really good way to look at what the market is doing and how it's functioning is to look at the absorption rate. The absorption rate is how many homes out of all the homes for sale now are being sold. So if we have a 30% absorption rate over a period of time, that means 30% of the homes, 30 out of 100 homes, are being sold during that period. And that's actually what we're seeing in the Denver metro area, about a 30% absorption rate. In 2019, before the pandemic, the last sort of normal market we had about a 48% absorption rate. So more homes were selling more quickly back then. During the height of the pandemic in 2021, we had a 150% absorption rate. So things were really moving faster than they could come on the market, really. Today, though, it's really interesting to me because it depends on what part of the market in Metro Denver we're looking at. We basically have two markets. Where you're selling in Metro Denver matters a lot. If you're selling a home in Denver County, we have 4.2 months of inventory. So the absorption rate there is slower. We have more to choose from if we're buyers. So buyers can be more aggressive if they're looking in Denver County. If they're looking at the Denver suburbs, Boulder, Broomfield, Jefferson County, and I'm looking at counties here, Douglas, Arapahoe, things are selling more quickly. We have fewer months of inventory and things look a little bit more normal there. So sellers in Denver County have to be more aggressive. They have to price more aggressively. They have to prepare their homes really well and really look at not just the competition, but I recommend looking at homes that are under contract now and how quickly they went under contract. If there's a home that's on its way to closing right now and it went under contract in 2 or 3 days, that's a great comp. Those people priced well and they got a buyer quickly. You want to do what they did. You don't want to look at a home that's been on the market 10 months or 10 weeks even and try to emulate their strategy. Their strategy isn't really working. We've seen a big change since the pandemic where things boomed the most around the country. There's been a big correction where things didn't really boom that much. Things have kind of petered along as they were before and they are now. Where we're going in the second half of 2026, I think depends a lot on interest rates. Today, we hit a 13-month high for the 30-year fixed. We're at 6.85%. That's the nationwide average for a 30-year fixed mortgage loan. And what that's doing is keeping sellers locked in. they don't want to put their homes on the market. They have 4%, 3% interest rates. And even though a lot of homeowners have a lot of equity in their homes, they don't want to put their homes on the market, move somewhere else, and get an almost 7% interest rate. It's just not worth it. That's having a big, big effect in Denver's suburbs. That's where most of the closings happened during the pandemic. And so sellers are kind of holding on. If we see in the next 6 months or in the next 18 months, interest rates go down, then we'll see more of those sellers come off the fence and put their homes on the market. And that will loosen things up, maybe help more buyers get into the market. In Metro Denver and around a lot of the country, things are pretty normal, even though it doesn't really feel like it. Like Chicago, they're very similar to how they were pre-pandemic. The crazy boom town of Austin is getting back to normal. And we here in Denver are doing the same. We're getting back to normal. And in fact, a lot of the suburbs are similar, not quite there yet, but similar to what they were before the pandemic. Denver's a little bit of an outlier in that they have more inventory than the suburbs. If you have questions about buying or selling or the market in your neighborhood, contact me anytime. The easiest way to do that is to go to moreservicelowerfees.com and click on the Contact Us button. Also, this is only an overview of a written market update that we release every week. If you want to view that, you can also visit moreservicelowerfees.com. Click on Market Intelligence and it'll be there. You can also scan the QR code on this video and visit our website. Again, my name's Tom Grant. If you have questions, contact me anytime. Thanks for watching.